Welcome to Awaken Moments with me, Lillian. We talk so much about waiting on God. However, we don't talk about how hard it is to wait on God, how hard it is to be on the waiting season. It is very easy actually for us to dismiss someone who is going through the waiting season or who's going through that time trusting God to do something in their lives, but they've been waiting for so long. And all that we can say is to say, are you praying enough? Are you fasting enough? You need to read the Bible. You need to start praying more. Don't you think the person is already doing that? Don't you think I'm already praying enough? Don't you think I've fasted as much as I can? Don't you think I am reading my Bible? We need to be careful, or rather considerate, on how we talk to people. Being in the waiting season, it doesn't mean I am just waiting. God is going to do something tomorrow or next week. The thing about God is that none of us knows when He's going to answer us. None of us knows our breakthrough. None of us knows whether it's next month, it's next week. However, we've got so much that we can say and ask the next person, are you praying enough? Are you reading your Bible enough? Instead, maybe let's change the question and say, can I hold your hand? Let me pray with you. Let me stand in agreement and prayer with you, And please do not judge yourself when you're going through rough times. It is hard to pray. I've experienced that when you're going through a hard season or the waiting season. It is hard to pray. It is hard to read the Bible because at times you start to feel like maybe God is not hearing my prayers. Maybe God doesn't want to answer me, or maybe this is my fate. No, it's not. God will answer you, but at His own time. Do not judge yourself when you're going through a season when you feel like you cannot pray. God sees our heart, and God sees when we are weary and tired, when we cannot pray for ourselves, and that's when you need a community or someone that you can trust who can pray with you. But don't ever think that God has written you off. Don't ever think that God doesn't care about you. He cares about you, and God wants what is good for you. So if you find yourself going through the waiting season now, I want to assure you, you are not alone. I went through that as well. There are moments where I struggle to pray. There are moments where I can't open my Bible, and there are moments when my strength is gone. I am so weary. It's only after the season have passed that we start to understand why we had to go through those seasons. What is it that God was teaching me in that season? So if you find yourself going through the waiting season and trusting God for a breakthrough in your life, God hears your prayers and it will happen for you. So if I were to ask you, what are the challenges that you are facing right now in your waiting season?